ministers.
So, but how did the reaction of the people meet you?
Interestingly, I didn't read.
Criticism.
I didn't read most of them. I have to be very honest.
Because you were expecting them.
I knew it was going to come. The day and the hour I did not know. Unfortunately, anybody that follows me keenly on social media, on Twitter, 4 days before that, I suspended my account personally, and I do that once in a while. But the reason why I suspended this time was that as if you are a critic of government. Now you don't have to say much, because you can't be advising the same government internally, having access to some government document. Then you now go in public again and criticize the same government in a very acerbic tone. So a bit of me was in that value of trying to make that switch personally and within me, and also in the way that I could also protect my voice. This was not an easy decision for me. It's not an easy decision, but I looked at the bigger project around Nigeria. And I'm not saying that I'm going there to solve all the problems, or if I get there, all the whole budgeting system would change. No, I was not under such illusion. What I had in mind was, I had someone as a minister who was willing to listen. I had an opportunity to share my ideas. I also had my opportunity to learn in the public sector space. I've worked in the NGO for 8 years. I've worked in private sector for 3.5 years.
Yes, all of those experiences, a lot of people believe, yes, she won't even beyond that kind of role that they gave to you.
But it was a 6 months role. It was not something to do. And you see, it wasn't something for substance. It was a 6 month role that I agreed. Yeah, 6 months. We'll see how this goes. If it's turning forward, because see, it's a lot of people look at position, say, oh, he's a governor, he's a minister. People say, oh, by your antecedents, you've been fellows to like 8 institutions. You've run one of the biggest fiscal transparency organizations in the world. You'd advise the government in and out of Nigeria. People feel, oh, he should be a minister or minimum. But it's not about the role, it's not about the position, it's about how much good can we do. That's the way I see things. I've had options to be a special advisor, I've had options to be a commissioner, and I've said no. But it's just to me to say, this is someone can listen to me, and I can offer my own ideas. And if you look at it, even budget offers technical advisory roles to government. As an organization, not as Seun Onigbinde, and it's paid both by me by a donor and an international agency, and they say, okay, we need you to help. We've helped NEITI, we have helped NIPC, we have helped ICPC, we've supported agencies like even National Assembly and National Assembly. So it's not like we're just a permanent. People say critic.
That is where many people came from. But all those times we were offering advisory roles, they were not necessarily listening. I remember the time. Some of you in the civil society space decided to champion the open NAS idea.
And there was a committee.
It's not as if all of these things are taken from you. So would you not amount that you want to go and embarrass yourself at the end of the day, because they will still not listen to you even if you are inside, and you'll be taking heap of blames.
I know. So when I wanted to go into the role, I asked myself 4 questions. Number one, it's a bit difficult because family is still very young, so it's a bit difficult to go into something like government at this stage personally, and there are some complexities around that need my own personal attention, especially around my second daughter. I look at my own personal reputation. You are with the government, not everything that happens in government you are going to ever agree with. How does this sit in well with you? The whole shite thing, I nabbed my entire fiber, my body really riled against it. How do you sit in that kind of space? Look at budgets. Where does budget stand in all of this? Budget is bigger than me. How do people trust the voice of budget going forward? If I sit in government, if we talk too much, you say you are trying too hard. If you say too little, you say you have compromised. I also look at even the financial part. How much would they pay you in government? Is that sacrifice something I want to take at this time of my life? But when I considered everything, I looked at the bigger idea of this is just a 6 months work. Coming back, I didn't plan to do much in operations in terms of budget. I still do work around fundraising, strategic thinking for budget, managing stakeholders. But I wasn't planning to do more of operational work because we have a team of 23 people that handles that. I was planning to do something new around data, primed for private sector franchise, but with a bit of AI, machine learning, But when this opportunity came, come 6 months, let's think it through. Let's do these ideas. Let me offer the ideas. Let me make a big presentation and say, this is the way I see these things. If you're going to accept it, what are you going to accept? Issues around spending data. We see the budget data, but nobody sees the actual spending data. Issue around statutory transfers. There are almost 7 agencies in the statutory transfer bracket that no one, INEC, NJC, and NAS, NDDC, no one sees the detailed breakdown of their budget. Audit, the Auditor General keeps releasing reports, but nobody has ever been convicted or been arrested based on malpractices or based on the infractions that
you taking that role will change.
And I feel like maybe inside you can offer those advice and show it in a more clearer way. As an insider for a short period of 6 months, and ask. And that's why I told myself and asked myself and asked, which one can we push forward in all of this? If none can be pushed forward, it's time to go home. So it was about saying, how do we push the needle forward? If the institution budget is greater than me and the institution will survive without me, it might be an opportunity for me to draw it. So it was courage on my part to have actually taken that role. That's the way I see it. It was really difficult, but it was beneficial in terms of learning I would have found, or new ideas I would have found. But overall, I was taking a huge gamble, and I personally understood it. But I asked myself, this is just for 6 months, and let's see where this leads to.
Another thing that made a lot of people begin to say, Seun has joined them, was that the announcement didn't really come from you. It was more like somebody just shared, you already have letterhead.
But the funny thing is this. The funny thing is that I've worked for 2 weeks as an advisor to the minister, and a lot of people didn't know. I shared it. There was an announcement. It was on my Medium. I can't edit a Medium page post. Maybe you can blame me that I could have made it more.
Let people know
more public than it was, but I put it on Medium. I shared it on Twitter. When it was in the whole midst of the noise, nobody even cared. Do I need to have put a press? Maybe a press release would have been working, more useful. But I knew the backlash was going to come. But the timing, I didn't know. But I'm happy. For me, I don't see people go into government and say, oh, this guy has compromised. The people I have problem in government is people who don't exit the stage. People who go from a governor to a senator, and senator, he wants to be a minister, and after being a minister, he wants to go back to be a senator. Public service is not supposed to be a permanent address. A politician, I don't believe it's an occupation. You serve, and at the point of serve, you exit the stage for others to take an opportunity. That's the way I say it. I don't believe, and that's the sense where I feel that people feel because he's an activist. Let us judge him by his role or her role when he or she is in office. Not judge them outside to say, okay, because he's showing him they got in government now, so he's already compromised. I don't see it that way. I prefer to say, what good or what difference have you made while you were there? If you're a member of the National Assembly, earning 13.5 million naira on a monthly basis, how much of your voice has been raised on such huge amount that you have been paid? Where is exactly your own voice? And let it be that lone voice that speaks up. And that's why traditionally budget does not take funds from government. Budget does not receive funding from government at all, from the Nigerian government. It's intentional. And even myself, I didn't agree to be paid by the government. I said, let whatever it is going to be with an international development agency. Let me do the bits I can do, I offer the advice I can. And at the point in time, if I feel it's no longer useful, I will step aside. There's no, I like public service is a great honor, but there's no compulsion in it.
But how did you eventually leave the job? Because you did not even eventually stay. You had to quit it. Was it that you saw it because they saw already some Buhari Media Center, ABC News Week, all of them started attacking? Even if such an appointment should come, you should not go to somebody like Seun who is anti-Buhari. But was it because of their pressure that you left the job?
Now let's look at the role.
You saw it coming already that they were going to sack you. So you had to leave.
Let's look at the role itself. The role is not a special advisor of media, special advisor of new media. It's a technical role to the Minister on Budget issues. And one of maybe the thing that sounded interesting to me is that the ERGP, which is the short-term plan Nigeria has, expires next year. So there's a new plan, to start a new ERGP. And I also wanted, maybe at an institutional level, be part of that. but I will still be part of it as a Nigerian, as a stakeholder. So when people say, "Oh, it should have gone to us, it should have gone to me," I didn't. The most people in this bracket mostly seek roles around media and new media. You know, advisors. I mean, that was not the role I was looking for. I've been offered that same kind of role too. I said no, that's not the kind of role I want. So, but it's fine. There's this sense of, you know, you've criticized government. Oh, you've said this, you've said that. They can't work for me. I mean, this is Nigeria we're talking about, and believe me, Nigeria needs all the help it can find. When Obasanjo was choosing his intellectual box, you know, in the late 90s, I mean, in the early part of his government, he had Okonjo, he had Erufa, he had Obi, he had Ifueko, he had Sol. No. Did he ask what were you thinking about me, or what was your opinion? He chose people who do the work. But quietly, as our democracy is maturing, there's this sense of, you know, this partisanship, and there are no red lines. It is we of our own generation that we are crafting those red lines. I mean, the new NDDC boss, he was formerly a commissioner to do again in the PDP government. I mean, did you hear people in the APC say, no, you will not be an MD now? I mean, that sense of thick line set, it is we, our own generation, that used to say, oh, this space is too small, and someone just coming from outside and taking that space. But well, it's all good. I mean, at the point I knew that if that's the way it's going to be, and this is how the way it ended, the social media temperature went up, and you don't end the social, also went inside the system. Deep, people might not know, you went deeply inside the system. And at the point in time, I felt like the minister thought well of me to say I should be of help to him. I don't want to be the one who comes across as making his job difficult for him within the space. In terms of, he's a new minister. He's just trying to settle down. Why should I be the first person bringing him so much but with the possibility of bringing him so much controversy? So at the point in time, I offered to resign, and it was accepted. I mean, and I'm back at my shift. So, I mean, there's no permanence.
Well, that was the heat, the APC youths.
They got inside this.
Were the ones who actually gave me the heat to get out.
Yeah, you can say that because see that thing OE started on Friday. On Saturday, by the time they started playing Premier League match, it has gone down. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's there." People even that were criticizing me in the morning were congratulating me by the evening. I mean, the next one, oh, he can't do it. Some people even say he doesn't even know anything. He's only going there to share infographics. Well, if all the work we've done in budget, in terms of research paper, research work, in terms of support for government, including the budget office, was just infographics. Some people.
And we reduced just in.
Well, I accept.
Just because that is the outputs or the.
What they can understand. But it's fine. I mean, and by Sunday I was going back to Abuja. On Sunday. And the evening, while just at the airport about to board the plane, I got it. Someone forwarded something on WhatsApp, and BMO say solution with a relaxed character. And even my name is Seun Onigbinde. I have a family name I'm protecting. I have to respect that. So someone start talking, he lacks character, he lacks honor, he design. I mean, okay, I still took that flight to Abuja, meaning that on Monday morning I was still willing to resume. But when I got to Monday, I saw that he had degenerated beyond reasonable levels. I mean, that you begin to feel, where might this even lead? You could even be arrested. I mean, you could even be suspected to say maybe you are on a spying mission or whatever it was. So, I mean, the time would come. See, if a time comes to serve government again, we'll take it. If a time does not come to serve the Nigerian people, we'll take it. Based on the work I and my team have done on budget, I mean on tracker, on Civica, I believe that on a minimum level we have tried to awaken the Nigerian citizens about how public finances should work. If that's all history would judge us to have done, we take that. But if the opportunity comes to say serve the Nigerian government and we see that there's an opportunity to do good and to see progress, we'll take it. And that's my own guiding principle. There's no compulsion.
If they offer you another appointment again now, you still take it?
No. See, a lot of conditions decide. I'm not saying no as a part, but it's not like it's not a knee-jerk answer to just say yes or no, I will take it. a lot of things have to be considered. First of all, family. I mean, have to be considered. I mean, how much? What's the operational environment like? That has to be considered. Does it align with my expertise? That has to be considered. So I didn't take just special advisor on anything. It was special advisor on the work that we do. So a lot of things have to be considered. But I think for now, I see myself being in government someday. I wish, not now. Not now. I see myself being in government, because I'm not a person that believes that permanently we have to stay on the side of activism. And that's why I respect things like Showore is trying to do. And the point is that we have to get inside the game, because we can't moan, we can't rant, we can't get angry, and we can't put in our own effort inside in the space. That's what I see myself as. At the point in time, we have to get inside, but that cannot be at the expense of our reputation, of our character. We have to jealously guard that. So for me, but now anybody's asking me to help government. A lot of people do. Budget can help. That's an institution to help. Personally, you want me to leave everything I'm doing? There's so much thought process that has to go in. Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
It's a pleasure talking to you. I'm excited.
Right.
Yeah, bye. Yeah.